I doubt, Minister Taoiseach, that you've heard the last of Project Eagle. Taoiseach, my first question to you. Do you know how many barristers, judges, solicitors, top 4 accountancy firm partners and bankers are in syndicates that have been set up by Goodman Stockbrokers, Anglo Private, Bank of Ireland Private, AIB Private, Davy, Warren and Quinlan, which have transferred to NAMA, but which NAMA have not enforced, despite personal guarantees being attached? Taoiseach, NAMA is responsible for some people being tossed out of their homes, but it looks like some of the great and good of Irish society are blessed with NAMA's goodwill. My second question to you, Taoiseach. What role did the former Secretary-General of the Department of Finance, John Moran, play in NAMA's handling of the Coring Group portfolio? This gentleman remarked at one stage that the number of home repossessions in Ireland was unnaturally low. It would appear that he was unnaturally interested in playing a significant role in the outcome of the Coring Group portfolio. Taoiseach, all is not well. I know of a construction company, Taoiseach, who wanted to exit out of NAMA. So they asked the manager portfolio, could this happen? And he says, yeah, he says, but it'll cost you 15,000 in cash, and I want it in a bag.
Sorry, Deputy, if you have the sort of charge,
a few weeks later,
I suggest to you that you give them to the Garda Síochána, because they can't be substantiated here.
They delivered the money, and a few weeks later he demanded the same again. They duly obliged, and all was sorted. A small window into the workings of NAMA. Are you still happy, Taoiseach, with the workings of this secret society?
You've made a number of comments and allegations here regarding people who work in different sectors, including members of the judiciary. You make comments in respect of a former Secretary-General of the Department of Finance, and you make comments generally in respect of NAMA. Let me repeat again for you. The process for accountability and transparency in this jurisdiction in respect of NAMA is the Public Accounts Committee in the Oireachtas here, chaired by a member of the House, and in respect of which personnel from the Controller and Auditor General's Office work with NAMA and have access to all of the papers, all of the documents that are relevant to any of these transactions. So I would suggest to you, as I did before, Deputy, as a public representative, you have a facility where questions can follow your allegations, and you should go along to Deputy McGuinness's committee, the Public Accounts Committee, of long-standing integrity in this House, make your claims, ask your questions, and the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee with his members are entitled to call in personnel in respect of issues that you raise. And you make some very serious claims here. I don't have the detailed responses to those, but the Public Accounts Committee is the authorised independent entity within the Oireachtas for accountability and transparency in respect of NAMA. So I'd suggest, Deputy Wallace, that in the interests of public accountability and transparency, you go along to the Public Accounts Committee, you present your findings, present your facts, if facts they are, and allow the chairman and his committee to do their work in the interest of their political responsibility here.
Deputy Wallace, 1 minute, thank you.
I can only come to the conclusion, Taoiseach, that you don't seem awful interested in getting to the truth. There's a stark contrast in how Northern Ireland are dealing with this and how your government are dealing with it. Tell me, Taoiseach, why did Frank Daly tell the PAC that he didn't know about the alleged 7 million in the Isle of Man bank account till I mentioned it? Taoiseach, I know for a fact that NAMA knew that last January. What did they do about it? Did they tell the Minister for Finance, or did they bury it with the rest of it? I see that Mr Coulter has come out and denied the involvement of a politician. Well, he would, wouldn't he? I decided to contact my sources this morning and ask them to what degree of certainty they could stand over the involvement of a particular politician. The reply is 100% enough. Taoiseach, you've got serious problems. Do you want answers to them?
Sorry, this is no way to be dealing with a serious issue like this. So we cannot use the chamber as a sort of a star chamber where there's no evidence be presented.
Taoiseach,
you're affecting people's reputations here, and you haven't presented any solid facts. So I can't allow this to continue in this chamber.
Taoiseach.
And I wouldn't mind, but this has been set up as the sort of the big issue of the day. And we can't have that. This is leaders' questions, where you're designed that you ask the Taoiseach questions that he can answer. Now, please proceed on that basis. And if you have any other problems, please go to Garda Síochána or to the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee and deal with it in the proper fashion. I don't want to be here as some sort of a star chamber.
Taoiseach, I'd ask you again if you're prepared to set up an independent commission of investigation. If you want the truth, that's what you're going to have to do. I believe the Irish people would like you to do that, Taoiseach. I think you owe it to them. Nama came in here last week and they felt they were out of the woods going out of here. Well, you know what, Taoiseach? The trees are only starting to grow.
Taoiseach.
Well, you've stood up again now and you've made further allegations. I don't speak for anybody in Northern Ireland in regard to this. There's a criminal investigation going on there. As I understand it from yesterday's discussion here, there are no allegations against NAMA or personnel down here. I've read out what the chronology of the actions of the Minister for Finance were following the process down here. Now, let me repeat what I said to Deputy MacDonald yesterday. You now tell me that you have facts. You now tell me that you've been checking with your sources. You have a duty and a responsibility, Deputy Wallace, to bring that to the attention of the accountable body in this Oireachtas, and that's the Public Accounts Committee. Now,
sorry, hold on a second.
You're making allegations and assumptions in the middle of which you say that you have facts. Well, I say to you, Deputy Wallace, you have a duty. You have a duty to bring those allegations or those assertions or those facts to the accountable body in this Oireachtas, and that is the Public Accounts Committee. And the chairman, here present, with his members, has full authority to follow through on those allegations, assertions or assumptions that you make. As I understand it, there is no basis for any criminal charge that I have heard, either against NAMA or anybody associated with it, or the Minister for Finance, or anybody in the Department of Finance. If you have evidence to the contrary, Deputy Wallace, bring that to the attention of the Gardaí if it's criminal, or bring it to the attention of Deputy John McGuinness, Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee in the Oireachtas here. That's your duty and responsibility, and everybody will be supportive of that, Deputy Wallace. But we need to hear more than allegations or assertions or assumptions. If you've got facts and you've got sources that you can check that are authentic, then bring them to the notice of the Chairman.
Thank you. We now move on to the order of business.